30-minute session for clients. So I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Okay, I'm going to read the goals here and get started. My head has been under a lot of pressure. My third eye hurts. My ears itch. And I just am not sure what this is. I have been under a lot of stress and not exactly eating right, probably drinking too much coffee. I would really like your insight and help. So your head's been under pressure and you feel your third eye is hurting and your ears are itching. You've been under a lot of stress, not eating right, drinking too much coffee. Okay. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for the opportunity to connect with you and help you. Thank you for sharing with others. Okay, here we go. What can we do to help you with all this head stuff, stress, understanding the eating behaviors? Okay, this is the first image. I see somebody who is at the pool and they have a white, almost like they've been wearing sunglasses, and so their sunglasses aren't there and their head everywhere is like red and brown, like it's been in the sun, except where the sunglasses were is pure white. So this is the first image I'm introduced to. This is a man and he's wearing swim trunks that are yellow and red. He has very short hair, like buzz cut, and it's a gray and black and white. I'm supposed to define him as older, okay? Aged. He's not a grandpa. He's more like an older dad, okay? Maybe teenage kids. Oh. This next experience is really hard to describe. I feel like I'm in one of these chairs at the pool and I'm looking very hard at this man. And I'm looking so hard that I'm even moving forward. Like I'm trying to get just 2 feet closer to really eyeball this guy. And I'm noticing that my vision is getting blurred and my eyes are starting to run. And I am really getting disoriented between seeing and light and shadow, and it's turning into a mess. Like my vision is turning into a messy vision. I can only see out there based on what I seem to know about the environment inside myself. And my physical eyes are having a hard time seeing and making out light and shadow. Like this is like a light sensitivity thing. That might have something to do with why we're looking at the effects of the sun on this man who has these like white around his eyes. But I'm looking at him and I can't make out the image anymore. My eyes are really exhausted. And I'm really sad. My eyes are under a lot of pressure with how they see things. It's not just a physical thing. It feels like, they're introducing us to a physical experience of sight, okay? And relationship with light sensitivity. But they're also expressing another side of the story, like how you are seeing the world, as in perceiving the world, as in what people mean to you that you are looking at, how you're observing your life, okay? How you observe yourself. So sight isn't just seeing what's out there, it's seeing into yourself is also a part of sight. And we're talking about your third eye under a lot of pressure, how you're seeing things. But here I am shown that the eyes have, your physical human eyes have also a relationship with this. It's the physical act of seeing. I mean, your eyes seem like they're under a lot of stress. Your eyeballs do. And it seems like the sun is really impacting them in a way that's hurting them. But also the stress, right? And how you're seeing into your life. So that's what they're showing me so far. That's the circulation of it. I'm going to have to sit with this blur. This is angering you, and you're not necessarily very loud with the anger, but I feel, you could say frustrated, but it is angry. It's edgy. It's not bitter. It's more frustrated than like hate or something like that. You're avoiding something. You'd rather look here but not look over there. You would rather look somewhere familiar or easy to translate, easy to digest, than look over here. And I'm trying to exactly understand what that means as I'm trying to look over here. And all I can tell you is a super dark blue and purple. You have a tunnel vision going on as well. Almost like you can't see the peripheral. Just what you want to see right now, okay? Boy, I will say, there is so much energetic buildup here. It's like caked on really bad over your eyes and over your third eye. It's really caked on there like a buildup. Like you're going to get a shower to wash off the sweat and the dirt and the grease and the whatevers. In the energy world, you got a buildup that desperately needs a shower, okay? How in the world did this happen? Could it just be stress related? Is there a physical issue with your eyes? I mean, let's just keep going, okay? Let's see what comes next. Okay, I'm supposed to take this seriously about the peripheral vision issue. And I can't get the neck and the head to turn, to look over here. It's like I don't want to see. I just don't want to see what's over there. I just want to see just this, okay? Just this. Please, just this. I'm going to ask if any of your guides would like to step forward. Any of your angels, your higher self. What is this? How did we get you to turn, to look both ways before crossing the street? We need to turn right, turn left. Okay, it's safe. We know what's going on. Nope, there's a car coming. I don't know. It's something funny like this. Is this also like shaking your head no? Is that also a possibility? No? We gotta figure out. I feel like there's a real underlying mystery here. And maybe this would explain why the stress. Maybe this would then explain the pressure on your third eye and how you're seeing things. Literally, it seems like there's something here with your eyes as well, okay? You're very internalizing of things. Very internalizing of things. And you're starting to become kind of like, I literally see an urn that's a porcelain urn that has ashes in it, and it's beautifully presented here on the mantle. And it's very still. It is what it is. It represents the holder of the ashes of a loved one that has passed. And it's pretty to look at. It does not upset the scene because we already know what it is. It is very straightforward. It cannot be questioned. And it is polite and discreet. It is a pretty put together urn. And it is porcelain, and it has pretty design on it, like a flowery, painted on flowery pattern. It's pretty. You do not want to make a sound. You do not want to ruffle feathers. You don't want to upset anybody. You don't. I see you actually inside the urn. Not as ashes, but as a person inside the urn. And I see you as a very small, like 2-inch tall man, and you're reading the newspaper. And you're very quietly doing this. And they say the urn then, let's say, is your body, and then inside the urn is you reading the news. And the urn also represents your heart. You are inside your heart reading the news. And everything is silent and composed. I'm starting to see the bigger picture, and it's a big, beautiful house. I love the way the house is built. It's got like wood beams in it. There's something, it feels vibrationally German, okay? Like maybe a German cottage is something very adorable about it. And I really like this living room space and the fireplace here. And I love the way the sunlight comes in, and the windows have these like crisscross sections, and it's really pretty to look at. And it's really pretty to look out the windows. Everything is still and clean and silent. And the sun is coming in. You are inside of a house, inside of an urn, inside yourself, inside your heart. Inside, 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 inside. Okay? Ooh. If you're inside, 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 then we don't need to look in every direction. What is it about this peripheral? It's still a bit of a mystery. I don't feel like I put my finger on it fully yet, okay? I will say just the act of me being here in your energy field and working through this with you to try to devise some perspective and understanding is actually shifting the pressure on your third eye, and it's over your eyes as well. I know you're saying your ears are itching. Isn't there a saying about that? Like people are talking about you or something? Okay, maybe that's the nose itches. I don't, it's just something that was coming to mind. Okay. Okay. Guides, angels, higher self. Why do I keep asking for them to enter in and it's like they won't do it? Why are they so far away? Are you asking for their help and they're just, maybe you're not able to experience them helping you? That shifted the energy. Your eyes get really big and you look up from the paper and you don't want to talk about it necessarily. You want to acknowledge it, but you don't want to talk about it in length, okay? I basically don't want to talk about it at all, but you do want to acknowledge there's something to that. You aren't necessarily folding up your paper. You're not getting out of the urn. You're not coming and sitting down in the couch. You're not even leaving the freaking house. Like, you're inside of. And your guides and your angels and higher self, like, where are they in this picture? Because I feel like energetically they're pushed way far back, way far back. Can you please talk to me? Can you please talk to me? Can you please talk to me? You're really holding a lot inside. Maybe that's why the pressure is building up here as well. It's like a teapot, you know? If you hold a lot inside, the teapot will scream, right? Because it's under pressure and it needs to release all of that bubbling water and steam. So then we can go make tea. But if it can't release it, where does it go? It just bubbles up into the third eye and the face, and it just gets in there, and there's a lot of pressure buildup. And I'm really dumbfounded by whatever this crust. I mean, there's like literally an energetic crust over your eyes and your third eye and this like a mask over your face. But it doesn't represent a mask. It's literally like a buildup, like a crust. You do show me flickers of an image silently. And the image has to do with a really massive death axe. And it's got a blade on both sides. It's like a super demonic from hell death axe. And it's black metal. And there's burning fire and lava here. And it's that fast. And very silent about it. But you did show me that. So I'm going to put you in that scene, okay? No more urn, no more living room, no more house. Let's just go in. Let's just change the scene, okay? Let's see you in here. You are very insistent that you will not leave this urn, no matter what. So when I see you in this other space, you shift your reality back to where you want to be, which is in the urn. You want to be inside of an urn. What does that mean exactly? You're alive, and it does not represent this urn, and you being inside the urn does not represent life or death. Although an urn to the human does represent that, it represents death and the ashes of a loved one. In this scene, vibrationally, it is a pretty object that is composed and beautiful on the mantle. And you are inside of it, and it is an urn. I'm going to call this urn as a reflection of death. I'm going to define it as death. And you are inside of the urn that contains death. You are inside of the urn that contains death. So you are inside of that. And your heart, the urn, your body, the urn, represents death. Boy, you're really composed. You're not at all vibrationally moved by this conversation. I mean, you put out that fire real fast. Like, I mean, you didn't even have to say anything. It was just chilled it all out, and you're just in the urn. It is what it is. And it wasn't like you were upset to hear that, or you didn't even care about my opinion. What is your opinion? Yeah, you won't talk about it. You don't talk. You aren't speaking. You are refusing to speak. You have decided you will not speak. I will say this is really interesting. This is challenging. I will outsmart this situation. I will outsmart you. We will figure it out, okay? I will say though, just us looking at this, me investigating all these angles, is relaxing the pressure in your third eye. It is. I'm going to see you in with this axe that you personally showed me. Oh, I get it. No, I am going to project my consciousness inside of the urn with you. I'm looking inside of the urn and it's just you in there with the newspaper. I didn't realize I haven't been going into it to be in your space with you. You really push people away without, you do it in a way that is impressive. I didn't even realize that you were pushing me away. All right, I'm going to go in. This upsets you because you did not give me the okay. You did not welcome me in. How dare you? And I hear the porcelain top is chattering like it's going to fall off and break. And I start to see you for who you are, and you get very massive and monstrous and come straight out of that urn like a genie out of the lamp. Like you're larger than life, and you're full of this black smoke. And you look like a massive, like Taurus, like a big bull man, standing upright in a big smoky energy. Like the dust from the urn is everywhere and it's all black, smoky energy. And you're very angry. And you're kind of saying, who disturbs my slumber? I say, do you even know what's going on? I say, I am at a pool looking at a guy, the sunlight, this blurring the image, we end up here. I'm trying to interpret what this peripheral vision you need to look in these other directions. Why aren't your guides allowed to come in? Why are you so silent? Why are you withholding? And then you come straight out of the urn when I come into it. You don't like that. And I'm finally getting some action out of you. Very male, masculine persona. Very intense, very back off energy. Very how dare you energy. And it takes this whole scene and sucks it up into a tiny little ball and throws it away. And it is very pissed at me. And it insists that it was sleeping. And instead of having this death axe, it has a three-pronged spear, a trident, and it's black metal, and it's pointing it at my heart. And he's saying, I will kill you. And we are in a really dark environment with dust everywhere. And I'm just shaking my head like, where did you come from? What do you represent here? Do you have a clue what I've been introduced to thus far? I'm just trying to make sense. He instantly shows me himself. So, like, blah, 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 like, wee, big old snake of identities. Wee, it's like, wow, there's a lot of identities here. And then he sucks them all back inside of himself, and he points this at me and threatens me again to kill me. I say, what do you have to do with this pressure on the third eye, this buildup on the eyes, the itching of the ears? What do you have to do with this? The crown, chakra, like this is all this head energy here. What do you have to do with everything that we've seen and experienced thus far? He's now turning into Little Bo Peep. Lost her sheep. We're still standing in kind of a cave-like, full of dust, dark and dingy. It's dry. And then Bo Peep transforms back into this beast. I say, why have you been sleeping in an urn? Why did you create that home environment? You are creating a suffering. Are you aware that you're creating a suffering? What do you represent? I say you have to speak. You have to speak. You are not speaking. Why are you not speaking? He silently says, because I don't have to speak. Because I don't want to speak. Because I don't have to speak. And because I don't want to. And because I don't have to. And because I don't want to. And because I don't have to. Do you understand? Why are you so upset about it? Shows me this three-pronged, this trident at my heart again. Like it's none of my business anyway. I say, if it's going to help you feel better to speak, and I'm here to help you feel better, then I highly encourage you at least say something. He basically tells me, okay, he shows me old porcelain where you see all these little cracks in it, like a million cracks. And it's held together. He says sometimes he dreams about a baseball bat coming and it just falls apart. But he says even if it were to fall apart, he'd still be alive, because it's basically kind of representing the soul never dies. The soul can fall apart. It can be ripped into pieces, but it doesn't ever die. And so where the porcelain is no good because it is broken into pieces, it is useless. Then the soul breaks into pieces, what is it? I've broken into so many pieces that I can't break in any more pieces, and that's why I'm in an urn, and that's why I'm in a house, and that's why I'm inside of, and that's why I will not speak, and that's why I just won't anymore. Because I can't be broken into any more pieces, and I can't mend the pieces. I can't anymore. And I'm tired. And he tells me that there's times where he has weird fantasies of demented things, okay? And demented things growing in your mind, and kind of like gross things shooting out your third eye, like Aliens movie, you know, from way back when, like it's screaming baby alien coming out your third eye. He says it's like when the pain is so great that you try to numb it, but you can't numb it to survive, you start getting demented thoughts, and they start breaking out of your mind, and I can't live with demented thoughts. I can't do that to myself or to anybody. So I will silently wait in an urn. So I don't care if it represents death or life, because I've been ripped apart into so many pieces and I can't die. So what does it really represent? I say, well, thank you for at least talking to me. I mean, was that so hard? Come on now. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what he says. He says that was hard. because nobody understands me. Nobody can relate to what I've been through. I can't talk to anybody about it because nobody can understand me. And if nobody can understand me, I don't want to waste my time talking about it because it exhausts me. So I will just interact with myself. I don't want to talk to anybody about it so they don't really understand. I just, in a way, want to be alone. And it's like he's saying I want to be alone because I can't get ripped up anymore. I can't go through more challenge. And if I'm alone and I am not speaking, that is the one way to ensure that I don't rip into pieces anymore. That's what he's saying, okay? I see that you are like the genie in the bottle that it hasn't been set free in a million years. So it's like this genie is finally, the lamp is rubbed and the genie's coming out, and it's been a very long time. It's like, it's been a very long time for you to truly be free. And the reason why the guides and the angels and the higher self are so far away is because it's almost like your life lessons. It's almost like, let's say your life lessons, are challenging. Like he's saying, the soul being ripped to pieces and not able to mend it and wanting to talk about it, but nobody really hears or understands. So it's pointless to say anything at all. Okay. And in a way, you can sense your guides and your angels and your higher self, and it doesn't feel like there's anything they can do because these are your lessons. You seem to have this this finesse in your awareness of things, but it doesn't mend. It's not mending your heart, which is the urn. And I am dissolving a massive energetic barrier between you and your guides and angels and higher self, because you need that energy in. And I see you as having held your breath. You've been holding your breath. And you're trying to get through something that is really hard. And you're holding your breath. Is that why we're at the pool? Because, when you want to swim underwater, you got to hold your breath. I'm not sure what this man represents. Going to look at him for a bit. The pool represents a lot of things to you, actually. It represents summertime, vacation, peacefulness. It represents joy and happiness. You seem to have a lot of happy connections with the energy of water and the pool. I see families that are happy and families that are together. And I start to feel emotional about it because I start to see you as somebody who is silently watching through, basically like, it's like you're locked into a room and all you can do is look out the peephole. And the peephole is your two eyes. And you see all this around you, but you just can't really live. That would explain why the urn represents death, because you can't really live. And if you can't really live, then you might as well be dead, right? Is that true? Is that true? No. This large Taurus man comes and he says that he wants to live. Okay, let's bring the guides in, okay? I will say a major pressure buildup on your heart and emotional gut that's being sent downward. That's going to help also with the pressure on your third eye and even over your eyes. This cake's material is dissolving. It's still there, but it's dissolving. You have a hard time looking your guides into their eyes, okay? You just don't want to see them in their eyes. So we're going to look one of your guides into their eyes. Feel let down by this guide? This guide is very, like, makes music with his butt. like insects do. They make music by, like, rubbing their wings or something. Like, he makes you music with his butt, and it's not farting, okay? He's, like, playing, like, pretty noises. And they make colors as well. And he's bluish in color, okay? And he stands up and he has a white, like, I don't know, he's wearing, it represents a chef or a cook, but it's like a lab coat, a white lab coat. And it represents something having to do with cooking. And it's really hard for you to listen to this sound because it makes you sad. And it's bringing back memories from when you were a kid. Because this guide used to sing songs to you, play music for you, and cook. Like, I don't know if it was pretend food or, like, fake you were, like, pretending to be a cook or something, but he used to spend time with you while you would pretend to cook, or he shows me making, like, fake food with you in the energy world, and it was really fun for you both. And it's like you miss your childhood a lot. This is where the pain is coming out, okay? We finally did it. You were so stifled up in there. You're so sad because you miss this guide. And you've been in so much pain. Let's see if we can see another guide, okay? I'm just going to look into the eyes of another guide. Oh, man. It's a female energy. It's like a mountain, but it's as tall as me. And she's very strange because she moves perception. Like the mountain is before me, and then it's like a road that goes to forever. And she is not she doesn't have any appearance that would be familiar to us. She refuses to be a human appearance or animal appearance. She will be her appearance, which would not be familiar to us. So the best I could describe is she's wisps of energy that move around like dust in the wind. And she is kind of a pinkish and brownish dust. She says that you've hardened your heart. And she spins her body around your heart to break down this hardened energy. Exhausting. She keeps you on top of things, like she shows me, reminding you of what time it is, of what you need to be doing and when you need to get things done. It's like she's keeps you organized and in the flow of what you want to get done with your life. She seems to have a relationship with time and making sure you're on time or doing things in alignment with maybe divine time. She's ensuring that you're guided in divine time. She is very vocal. It seems like you are aware of her guidance, like you would be familiar with who this is. She is very vocal with you. She wants me to do one more guide, okay? This is one that does not. She shows me that he's like Kermit the Frog. For some reason, he reminds me of Kermit the Frog. And he's always behind rows of other guides. And I'm not sure why, but there's an element of shame that you share with one another. And has a hard time seeing you like this. So he has to move back because it's too hard on him to come close to see you like this. But he's also one of your favorites from when you were a kid. It's just too hard for him to see you like this. And he needs you to know that. He has a hard time seeing you like this. You need to hear from these guides because you need to know that you're loved and that you're not alone. So that's what I have to share. Thank you so much for this opportunity to help you. It wasn't easy to get to this point, but boy, I'm glad we got there. And if you ever want to continue to explore this, I would definitely love to. Maybe we can meet with more of your guides. I do feel like this awareness is going to help kind of give you more breathing room, and it's going to mend your soul naturally, because when you feel loved, it just has a way of mending the soul. It has a way of helping you to feel like good, you know? All right. Well, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for this, and thank you for sharing with others, and thank you everybody for watching and for all your love and support. I wish you all a very good day.